Hey, what's up guys? So today I've been configuring the Xtension joystick, which you can see right here, and I'm kind of well into the process by now. I've already been doing this for about, I don't know, 3 hours or so, but I just thought about actually making a video, and it's gonna be kind of boring, but I'm just gonna let the tape run as I go ahead and do my thing over here, configuring certain things for the Xtension to work with my machine. And you know, the reason I want to do this actually is because there was this one guy the other day on YouTube who was pretty much harassing me and being a little bit of an asshole, to put it lightly. You know, you get these guys once in a while that show up and start harassing you and telling you that you're scamming people, and you know, it's always the same story, how this is all freely available, and all of you guys know that all of the software is freely available. This isn't a secret to anybody, you know. I know you guys do plenty of research before you buy anything, and you know, we are well aware of everything that's out there and how you can download, you know, Hyperspin is free, you can download ROMs for free, the emulators are free, etc, etc. You know, the tricky part is configuring everything and getting everything to run smoothly and so on. So, you know, it takes a lot of time, a lot of patience, a lot of work, and that's in the end what you guys are paying for, is all of that time to get this stuff configured. And you know, it's always the same story with these guys. Oh yeah, you're just downloading this, and you know, you're just going on one of these websites, downloading it, you know, in like a few hours, putting it together and selling it. Far from the truth. I mean, this build you guys are buying from me currently is something that I've been working on for, you know, about 2 years now, all the time, pretty much all, if not daily, you know, almost, you know, a few days a week. And I'm talking about hours, not just like 20 minutes here and there. So anyway, I'm just gonna let the tape run, and I'm gonna go ahead and continue doing this. Now, just so you know, what I'm doing here is I'm building 2 full-size arcade machines for local customers, and they're based on the Rec Room Masters cabinets with their Xtension Control Panel, which is right here. And it's a really nice control panel. It runs an iPac Mini inside, which is a great product. That's what I use on my personal arcade, and you can do so much with these, like have it automatically load profiles on the fly and things like that. And that's actually what I'm doing here. You know, I can easily say, okay, I can program the basic standard configuration of these buttons to match my key layout on my computer, and call it a day, and it'll work with all the emulators and everything. But what I'm actually doing here is really customizing this, so you get the full advantage of these Xtension control panels. And what it does is it's gonna actually load profiles on the fly depending on games that you launch, or depending on systems that you launch. So a quick example is MAME. So now I have it configured so that when you start a main game from the 4-player menu, it behind the scenes on the fly, it switches all of the inputs on the Xtension control panel, so that when you launch something like a 4-player game, you still have players 1 and 2 on here on the control panel, and then you can pick up 2 Xbox controllers, and then these will act as players 3 and 4. Right? So, and that's what I'm doing here with all these custom profiles that are going to launch on the fly. Now, if I didn't create these and I went the easy way, like there's other vendors out there, other guys out there that do the same type of thing, and they support the Xtension. They do not do anything like this. They'll program it for the standard configuration and call it a day, done. And you're completely not taking advantage of what this guy can do right here. You can do all sorts of cool things with it, and this is part of that. So basically, if you didn't do what I'm doing right now, and you launched a 4-player game, and you wanted to play with 4 people, and you wanted 2 people on here and 2 people on the Xbox controllers, if you didn't do this, when you launched the game, basically this would act as players 1 and 2, and the Xbox controllers will also act as players 1 and 2. So no good, right? You can't play 4 players. If you wanted to play 4 players, you'd have to have 4 controllers. You'd have to leave the first 2 on, put them aside, and then use the other 3 and 4 controllers as players 3 and 4. That's very that's just very wonky, not very smooth, you know. And also, you know, these are going to be on and to the side. They could turn off, and then you're just going to cause issues, because when these turn off, then funky things are going to happen with X pattern and things like that. Anyway, a lot of information here, but I'm just kind of giving you a rundown of what it is I am doing now. So like I said, I've already been working on this for a while. I actually had to go into WinniePack, which is this is the wrong one. This is a new version. Here you go. So this is called WinniePack, and this is basically the software that you use to configure this guy here. And I had to go in and make a layout to resemble the layout of the Xtension control panel. And for the most part, it's wired almost the same as my personal arcade, which I also use this for. But there were certain buttons that didn't match, so I kind of had to dig in here a little bit and figure out what was different and get everything configured properly, and that took me a pretty long time. So now it's all set up, ready to go. This all matches exactly what you see on the actual Xtension control panel itself, and that's ready to go. So I've already done that, so I'm going to close that there, and I've already been going down the list of profiles. These are all custom profiles for all the 4-player games, and you can see here that there are 451 entries. So I'm almost at the end now, so I've been doing this for a while too. This part doesn't take too long, but it's just kind of tedious, and you know, you're just gonna sit here clicking all day. And again, this is the kind of thing that I do for you guys, and you get a machine that's nice, it works, and it has all these customized features ready to go. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stop talking now, and I'm gonna go ahead and continue doing what I'm doing here. So you can see what I have done here is on the left, I have the XML that has all the game names, and on the right I have all these duplicate files that I've created here. I went and edited one profile, and then I just copied it a bunch of times, and now I'm kind of renaming them all to match the proper name of the game. So when you click on the left and you click on the right, it renames the files over here to the database. So I'm just going to continue doing this until I'm done. A lot of fun, huh? Skip one there. I'm not really expecting any of you guys to watch anywhere near the length of this video, but I'm doing it anyway. Alright, what's going on here? 5 is 4, 5, 6, 4, so I skipped 5. Here we go. Oops. And this is just one tiny little thing. One tiny step in the grand scheme of things. I mean, this is nothing, believe me. And also, this is just something, like I said, that isn't even, I don't want to say it's not necessary. It's just like a above and beyond type of thing, you know? Like I said, you can easily configure the extension stick to just do its basic function of just having one single configuration and call it a day. But this is what really makes it shine and really takes advantage of its full potential, doing things like this. And I'll show you guys exactly what it is it does probably when I'm done working on this. If I even have, if my camera still even has battery by then. Alright, I'm talking to my chair, I'm not concentrating. What's going on here? Sudo C, BCA, something like all of those. Alright, add jack. I feel like I missed something here. I'm screwing up big time. Alright. R, Storm A, Storm Lab, MV, MJ, it's down there. MU is right there. MB, okay, here we are. Alright, it looks like I actually got this right, so that's a good thing. 1 for 1 here, and that's it. So main is done. 451 files have been renamed. They are all here. I do have one copy left. That's not good actually, I don't think. Three Stooges, Three Stooges, copy 438. I feel like I'm missing something. I think I know a quick way to find out which one I may be missing. So let's see. Let's go to copy all of these. New folder. Put in there. Alright, paste. Alright, so let's do don't copy. Oh wait, that wasn't right. I'm trying to figure this out. I think I actually want to do copy and replace. Alright, now there we go. Huh, I knew there was one missing. So SS Writers UAC is missing. So we're gonna go to that one. Here we go. SS Writers UAC seems to be missing. That's why I had one left over. It says copy here. So there it is. Boom. 100%. Now we're good to go. See guys, you gotta pay attention to details. Alright, so get rid of this now. And name is done. Name is ready to rock. Alright, moving on. We're gonna do the next system here, which is Nintendo. This one. That's what I want. That's what I want. Alright. So the Nintendo, let's see what we have here. Open key assignments, Nintendo citation. Seven nine six 710. File. Let's go back to name. 7967. Okay, cool. So yeah, this one uses the same profile as name. So I don't have to edit that one, but I do have to go into main and copy this one. Go in here and delete all of these. Paste that one. go back here to Nintendo. I have to copy it 24 times. Alright, 24 times. And we're gonna make a fake. It's not fake, but we're gonna make an XML our database with database with no launcher profiles iPad version 1 Nintendo. Okay, so I'm using the actual profiles that exist already, and I'm just creating an XML with those so that I can open it up here. And this is not a tutorial, guys, so I mean, if this was a tutorial, I would be going into a lot of detail here. I'm just talking to myself basically and kind of talking a little bit so you guys are not just listening, watching this in silence. So, but yeah, I'm gonna open this. So now, as you can see, I have all the correct game names here that I have to rename all these files to match. So now here I select this directory over here, which is D rocket launcher profiles, iPad profiles, and Nintendo Entertainment System. Cool. Alright, time to rename. Exciting stuff. This one or something. 20. Okay, I get it. Let's delete this one here. It's 24 items, which is correct. All right. Cool. So that was a short one. So that one was quick. So we're going to go to I don't even remember why I made these. To be honest, I'm gonna get rid of that one for now. Alright, so MAME is down, Nintendo's down, PC games I'm gonna do after Sega Genesis. Let's double check if the profile is the same. Profiles, version 1, Sega Genesis. Yep. Alright, so once again, name, copy that, get rid of all these, put that there. This is so boring, guys. Alright, where am I? Profiles. iPad profiles. Sega Genesis. Here we go. I forgot to copy these. How many times do I have to copy it? 40 times. All right. Cool. So 40 of them. I have to refresh this. Oops. Boom. Okay. Time to rename. We're almost a half an hour now. Okay, so that one is done. We're gonna go to Super Nintendo. Sound multiplayer. I really have to look into that. I don't remember what that is. I'm gonna make those. Let me see something. Okay. So we have Super Nintendo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I really don't know why I did that, huh? I don't know. Seem to be the same. It seems to be exactly the same. 6. Yeah. Yeah, my camera cut off there. I don't know why. Anyway, this Super Nintendo. And now we are going to rename the files. Profiles. Super Nintendo. this is done. Alright, so MAME is done, Nintendo's done, Sega, Super Nintendo. I'm gonna do PC games last. These here. What do we have there? Let's see. Open. 5200. Oh, I know why. Shifted keys. Alright, cool. Shifted keys are going to be different on this one. So, that means... So what I'm going to actually do, I'm going to open default keypad systems. Yeah, when you don't do this for a while and you go back in and try to edit things or make changes, there's so much going on, so many things that have been worked on that it's almost like this is a new system to you as well. So you kind of have to remember, like, why did I do that again, or what is this again? So a lot of that goes on. Alright, so I think yeah, it's the exact same thing. Alright, so it is on open on default, which I already modified. So enter and force actions to escape, and this is W. That's not right. What's going on here? Oh, that's why I'm under V1. So I need to do it. There we go. Defaults. Alright, so we have, that looks right. TUP, escape. So I'm going to take a picture of that. And I'm going to open default keypad systems. I'm going to change this slightly. RS, make this enter. No, number enter. Just a regular enter. Come on. There we go. TU, this should be P, not escape. And this should be escape. A, B, C, D, E, F, that's right. V, W, no Q, and that's it. Those are the only changes that I need to make. I'm going to shift the key and numbers. So we'll save this. Yes, and then all I have to do is go here and default keypad systems, copy, paste. And that's the Atari 5200. 5200. Cool. Value Astrocade. It's not in stick. Value Astrocade. Oh, Emerson Arcadia 2001. Emerson Arcadia 2001 Magnavox Odyssey 2. Let's do this one. Magnavox Odyssey. Oops. Make it gray. I got rid of this one. So I gotta make sure I got the name exactly right. Boom. Alright, is that it? Man, Nintendo, Sega, Super Nintendo, Atari, Battery, ColecoVision, Magnavox, Odyssey 2. It's the layout. And now we should have to do PC games. And I think that's gonna be a wrap for this little project. Let's see. PC games. So, if I have to change anything here, probably do. This is confusing. All right. Hey guys, sorry about that. This thing, my camera cut off somewhere along the line here. I don't even know when it stopped recording, but just trying to finish off these PC name profiles. There's only 3, but these are more confusing than anything else because of my new layout over here that I'm not really used to. So I'm trying to figure out, looking at my computer that is off screen here, that has my old layout, I'm trying to figure out what's supposed to go where. So TV tab 4. Not that I expect any of you guys to still be watching this. this is pretty pointless. 401. Okay, so 4/2A, yes. What is 1B? What to do, what to do. 1G. This one is pause. This one is W. Okay, so I think what I need to do here is I need to make this one escape. I need to make this one 4. Okay, these two are good, these two are good. This one is select which is G. So this one G. I think that should be it. Set. That should be it. I think this should be it. So save it again. Alright, next one. Mortal Kombat. Wait, I don't even need to do Injustice. Yeah, I need to do Ultra Street Fighter. You know what, I will do Mortal Kombat. I'll do that one last. I'm doing that. Alright, let's do Mortal Kombat. Cool, so let's see. Let's open it up on my other computer. Okay, so JJ, blah blah blah, enter, escape, and number 5, escape. This is weird. Whatever. I did it for a reason. Okay. Don't have to worry about this one, we just select and enter. And over here, this one is going to be P, and this one's going to be escape. And I think that's it for this one. That's good. We do Ultra Street Fighter. Alright, coming up on the other computer. We have ABCDF, each have to pay out. Enter, force, backslash, T, backslash, good. This one should be enter. This one should be P. This one should be escape. Okay, and that's it for this one. And now I'm gonna grab one that I don't have on here from my other computer. Oh, whoops. Just so I'm taking my thumb drive from here, putting it down here. Where are you? Street Fighter 5. There we go. Street Fighter 5. Close that out. Street Fighter 5. Boom. Open it up on the other computer again. So we have GHI, GHJ, VMM, so correct, GHI, JKL, that's all correct. Enter N, and T, and backslash, that's all correct. This is going to be enter, and this is going to be this one here is going to be pause, which is going to be enter also. Oh. Okay, that should be supposed to be B on this one. B. And then escape is going to be N. Exit is N. Pause is enter. Enter is B. Everything else looks good. Okay, I think that's good. Save. Let me double check something. Just as on my other computer. So I made it so that escape was escape. That's correct. Pause is supposed to be 4, which is correct. And enter is supposed to be G. That's correct. Double check. More combat. So and select supposed to be interrogators. Escape. Alright, so looks like we're good. I think that's everything. So now we've got this is nothing else with okay, so we've done MAME, Nintendo, PC games, Sega, Super Nintendo, all of these, and that's it. So that is a wrap for this. I don't know, I think it's been about an hour or so, maybe. This thing cut out, so we lost some time there. But again, before that I was working for another couple hours before I decided to record. And as you can see, guys, this is a tiny little thing that I'm doing now. Just this has only to do with an iPad if you have one, and this is like just going in and doing some real nice customizations so that you take full advantage of the Xtension controller. This is like nothing. This is like a few hours of work in what could be just months, years, you know. This is never ending, basically. Always working on this. So the people that are clueless and just want to throw accusations out, you know, call people rip-offs and things like that, you have no idea what you're talking about. You know, I'll agree with you. There's some people out there, there's a lot actually that are rip-offs. They'll basically take a system from someone like me and just make an exact copy and try to sell it. they have no idea how it works. They can provide support. They don't know anything. That's a rip-off. I mean, those guys are just straight up doing basically what you guys are what some of you guys accuse me of, which is, oh yeah, you just download this, put it on a computer, and sell it. Far from the truth. These other guys actually do that, and there's a lot of people out there that just won't go into this level of detail. They just want to make a quick buck. You know, that's not the case here. So anyway, shouldn't even be defending myself, but you know, that guy really kind of got on my nerves, to be honest. Because I know the amount of work that I put on this, and you guys know the amount of work that I put on this, because you know, your reviews show it, and I'm always getting emails from you guys telling me how happy you are, and that's awesome to hear. You know, I love hearing that stuff. This should all be working great now. Let me see if I can kind of show you exactly what this kind of does. If you're still watching, if you probably are, but so we're gonna go in and show you real quick kind of what it is this does. So right now, if you were to open up Notepad, right, and you press these buttons here, you see that it says on those first 6 buttons I just pressed it, A, B, C, D, F, right? And that's a standard layout for most emulators, most everything. That's my standard layout. And so what this whole thing that I just did right now, creating all of these profiles, what that's gonna do, I'll save. And you know what, I'll leave Notepad open. What that's going to do for you, let's say you go in here, and again, this other stuff that I'm about to show you right now, this is like a whole nother project that took forever. And I have a buddy that I work with, and we do this together, a lot of this stuff. So definitely nice to have some help. But so this is something we did before a long time ago already, right now, and it took a lot of work, So basically we have it set up to launch with alternate emulators and things like that, so that when you launch a 4-player game or 3-player game, which this is one of them right here. So if you look, Three Stooges A, right? If you look at the iPad profiles I just created, here's Three Stooges A. So what's going to happen is when I launch that game, it's going to use an alternate emulator. It's going to launch this profile here behind the scenes, and it's going to flash it to this on the fly. So you're going to see what happens when I launch this game right now is when I go back and press those same 6 buttons, they're going to be configured completely different, because it went in and automatically on the fly reconfigured this the control panel to have that specific mapping. And the reason for that, again, is so that when you launch a multiplayer game like that where it's 3 or 4 players, that way these two first players 1 and 2 on the control panel will remain players 1 and 2, and then you can pick up these Xbox controllers, and then this will be player 3, this will be player 4. Otherwise that wouldn't work. You wouldn't be able to do that without this. So let me show you a quick example of this. Hopefully everything goes smoothly here. Let's see. So again, just to show you, A, B, C, D, F, right? Watch what happens now. Okay, and I'm gonna mute this just in case there's any sort of copyright stuff with YouTube. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring up Notepad again, and show my mouse here. Alright, anyway, there's Notepad. So now when I press these buttons, there you go. Now instead of A, B, C, D, E, F, they're showing up as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0. Right? You don't need to know exactly what's going on, how that works, but point is that when I launched this game, because of the profiles that I created, it changed on the fly the configuration of this control panel to now be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0 instead of A, B, C, D, E, F. Right? So now when I exit this game, it's going to flash it back to the default. So boom, exit, right? Now we go back to Notepad again. There you go. It's back to A, B, C, D, F. So that is what I just did, was just to make that possible, so that you guys are taking full advantage of this control panel here. And this is more important, even more important with games like Street Fighter V. That game, as of now, the controls are horrible. They don't let you even configure 2 players simultaneously, unless you're playing with Xbox controllers. And so by having a specific profile for that game, right here, I'm telling this guy to, this guy changes to that profile when I launch that game. So I have so much flexibility. You wouldn't be able to do this if you didn't have these profiles configured. Alright, so I think that's it, guys. I think we've achieved the goal here of updating all of these profiles and have them all configured now, and it's working properly. So I'm trying to think if there's anything I missed. I don't think I did. Let's see. That's enabled. That's there. All the profiles are working. No, that's it. This will now work properly. Alright, if you guys are still watching, I'm impressed. So thanks for watching, and I know that guys that like to reach out and say those nasty comments, they're not gonna bother watching this. They never do. There's no reasoning with them. They could watch this all day long and they'll still say the same things. But maybe not. Maybe some of them will kind of get a little bit enlightened and actually realize that no, it's not just downloading some games of the internet and putting them on a computer and making a quick buck. It's a lot of work. It's very tedious, boring, annoying. So but I don't know, I like it, so it is what it is. Alright guys, if you enjoyed the video, as usual, you know what to do. Leave a thumbs up below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.